Dlozinyana wakabuya, iyamfana wakabuya, bakanswazi wakabuya, Dlozinyana wakabuya.
You just had to be there. You just really had to be there, man. Stan and Sean Ramsey. The name of the track is Grey Goose. The time is 7:19. Fashionably late, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man. Look, when I tell you the amount of respect that I have for this man in the game. Hey, there's so many things I can talk about. Right now, we don't have the time right now. But right after this, you and I are going to be chopping up the game, man. And we're going to be playing a fun game as well on the other side of it. It's called 267 Musical Chairs. Ladies and gentlemen, I am chilling with none other than Drew the Beat Chap. Reincarnated.
Alright.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Reincarnated to Dlozinyana. Come on.
Real talk.
Yeah, man. I'm chilling, dog.
Yeah,
Hey, you know.
chilling, man. Shout out for telling me to pull up, dog.
Yes, sir. So, in just a bit, Dlozinyana and I are going to be chopping up the game. Also, in studio. When I tell you stars align, man. Also in studio, we're chilling with Big Money. 8 figures himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for StaxXx.
Baby, what
God's
up?
plan, man. Nothing else but God's plan. That's what I love about Gully Bois, dog. There's no way we can explain this, dog. There's always something that's happening, and it's always according to what God wants. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
Alright, man. So just after this, Dlozinyana and I are gonna be chopping it up. I'm glad that you managed to come to the show, and we're gonna play a couple of exclusives as well, which I'm really excited, and I want to hear what people have to say about that as well. Coming up in just a bit, though, the conversation between DJ Sway and Dlozinyana.
Hot number, make it feel like summer. Ghetto.
I do this shit, boy! I do this shit!
Short, I don't know.
How you doing, my papa? Are you good?
Yarona FM. Bundling. You know which frequency is giving you live. 102.1 Yarona FM. Jabi. Oh, get some more hot data. 102.9 FM. Yarona FM. 267. Stays fly. 24/7. DJ Sway. Bringing that fire. 267 hip hop. Yarona FM.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for
267 Celebrity Hangout with DJ Sway.
Yes, sir. Alright, man, he's a well-renowned rapper and producer in the 267. You remember him from hits such as 25K, No Stress, the controversial What Is a Yama, and more recently Sebenza, Puma Satane. I can say more and more, man. He's formerly known as Drew the Beat Chap, but he's now reincarnated to Dlozinyana. BW, please help me welcome Dlozinyana to the Red Hot Studio. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, my G. Coming straight from LOB right now, bundling. Shout out, what it do?
Yes, sir. Hey, man, I'm sure everybody in LOB just like, yeah, no, hey, our boys on radio, dog. Let's go ahead.
I told everybody to tune in because they know what's up.
That's super, man. That's super. Look, dog. You know, I know Drew. You know, I've known Drew for a very long time now. Fun fact, maybe I think you know this though. You know, when we first met, I actually didn't really like you.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know this, bro.
I beefed over you because my boy was beefing you. So I inherited the beef.
Okay, so how did you not beef with me anymore? Like,
How did I not
happened?
beef with you? So one day I pull up to the studio. I forgot who invited me. Somebody invited me to the studio, and then the rest was just history, man.
See what I'm saying? That's when you squash everything. That's
Exactly,
the studio,
dog.
man.
At the studio, my brother. But you know, I just trying to break the ice a little bit. But I just want you to take me back, dog. You know, I know you are Dlozinyana right now, and I respect the craft that you are. I respect the brand that you are. But I just want to take it a little bit back to Drew the Beat Chap, man. Tell me more about your upbringing in the 267.
Man, I started making music in like high school. Guys used to actually see me in class. They'd be like, "Dog, what are you doing on your laptop?" Like, I used to pull up on my laptop in class and make beats instead of doing schoolwork. So that's how everything started. And then I got to varsity. I met up with a couple of guys called Randy Slick, DJ Dexter, you know, the whole team. And then from there, everything picked up. Yeah, I met with a whole lot of other people, worked with so many people, man. Yeah.
I feel you, dog, but you know, one thing, somebody who always asks for you know, growing up, what they, dog, this guy is into production, this guy is rapping, this guy is singing, whatever. When did the love for music really stem inside of you?
What's crazy is my family is not like a musical family. Like,
wow.
There was no radio in the house, no music playing, none of that. So I actually picked it up from the streets, from like my friends and stuff like that. So I'd hear just hip hop beats and be like, yo, who's this? 50 Cent? Okay, who's this? Eminem? And I just developed a whole passion for hip hop music. Not just that, but everything. Like, I was like, yo, this is just beautiful. Like, I have to do something about it myself.
Alright, man, look, fast forward 2015, 2016. When I tell you, you just had to be there. Like, when I tell you, these men used to run the game. Look, your team was built and comprised of the likes of Randy Slick, Sean Ramsey, Stana, Toon, Dexter. And one can argue that at one point, you really did take over the 267 hip-hop scene back in 2015, 2016 with hits like No Stress, hits like 25K, Grey Goose, dog, Michael Jackson. Hey, dog, I can have a whole list. I can literally play Dlozinyana music for 3 hours straight, and nobody will ever get bored. But I just want to know, though, whatever happened to the squad? Like, what happened with them? Was they beef? Was it a girl? What happened, dog?
Nothing ever happened to the squad. We actually put out a tape beginning of this year. It's called Gully and Chain. Yeah, that's just to show what it was still together. The only thing is that everybody's like in different places in bots right now. But what we're trying to show is that we can work from each different place. I'm in LOB, Sean Ramsey's in PY, Stunner's in F-Town, you know? So we're just coming together, and like, Gully never died. It's Gully Bois for life.
Yes, sir. Look, man, another interesting part that I realized about you, you really have that stalwart number 9, like your striker type of rapper, huh? Over your career, I mean, at one point you had Randy Slick. I mean, you couldn't say Drew the Beat Chap, and mind you, I'm saying Drew because we haven't reincarnated yet in the conversation. Yes. So you had Randy Slick. You had your top striker at one point, and then I don't know. You probably sold him to a different team. I don't know what happened with that.
Nah.
What actually happened with that? Because I think that is one of the most interesting parts. You guys went and dropped What Is a Yama, one of the most controversial tracks that has ever dropped in the 267. And you know, I'm glad that you are back in the Yarona FM system, Yarona FM family. But what really happened between you and Randy Slick? Like, was there a drift? What happened with that?
What happened is we just decided, you know what, like musically right now we're not on the same path. So he started doing his own thing. I started doing my own thing. Like, we actually made a whole post to let the public know that we're not with each other no more. There was no beef or anything.
Wow, okay. But then, you see, the one thing, like, you remember I said, you always have, like, a striker in your squad. Then you brought up Trailer Dog. Yo! Dog, yeah. You know, like, I'll tell you one thing about that homie, dog. If you know Trailer, I think I should spin a Trailer track right after this,
Definitely.
My dog, if you've listened to Trailer and Drew in studio, first of all, I was there when we were making, was it Wolf of Trip Street? Yeah, when we had I feature on it as well, which was a great blessing. But all I'm saying is the way you guys work is just so symbiotic. Like, it's like yin and yang, dog. Tell me a little bit about your energy with Trailer. Like, how did that all come about?
What actually happened is I was still with Randy at that time. So Randy sort of like gave the mentorship, the right mentorship to Trailer to see how he can work with me and the team at the time. And ever since then, we actually had a track we were supposed to put out, and then unfortunately at that time we couldn't. But everything happened in just one studio session with me, Randy, and Trilla, and we connected. From there, it's never been the same.
Wow, man! Like, and that's what one thing I love about you. I'm sure Lukulubat's right now. You're the top striker, dog. You know what I mean? Yo, but we're gonna be a couple. We're gonna be talking about that in just a bit. Look, if you have any questions for Dlozinyana, hit me up +26739111066. I'll be opening up a Q&A towards the end of this hour. Until then, let me play you music by Trailer. The name of the track is Sasa Klaas. It's so sad how Trailer almost had. It was so close.
This has never been mentioned before, but she was supposed to get on the remix.
Imagine,
bro.
Imagine.
It's crazy, bro.
And I remember it was a week. If I remember very clearly, that week, Sasa Klaas and Trailer were speaking.
Yeah.
The week of the demise.
Conversation. Like, yo, she hit him up. She was like, yo. Actually, no. She hit him up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then he hit her up, and then it was like, yo, we're supposed to work on this, and then the tragedy, my home.
Oh man, more conversation with Dlozinyana coming up, and of course we're gonna be playing a very fun game. It's called 267 Musical Chairs. We're gonna be checking out if Dlozinyana really has the ear of a producer and can really spot a song from a mile away. StaxXx, please don't mention these songs. Please, you are
Why
literally.
am I getting involved?
Yeah,
Don't get me
You're
involved.
catching his hands, huh? All right, man. In just a bit, Sasa Klaas. The name of the track is Sasa Klaas, rather by Triller. Oh, you're sweating.
Join.
Actually,
It's the more famous.
Join. Go take it.
Alfie, what are
Because
you
I'm talking to
doing?
my boy.
Dog, but even with Triller, hey, dog, it was so fun. It was so fun. I even forgot about the clip. Now I'm rapping like we're at the studio.
Oh, that's pretty
Now, I'm
fast.
rolling up a fat one.
Oh no, not again.
You see, one thing I love about my show, they're giving me total control of my show. So I can have fun with it, you know. If situations arise, I can work around it immediately. Like the time about AKA, hey dog, the time about some dude. Dog, I bent everything. I remember visiting. Huh? No, you didn't make it, dude. H dog, I was so sad, bro. Hey dog, I was crying inside, dog. H dog, but then he was like, I should pull up to the club and have some of that watermelon. I didn't go, bro.
AKA, bro.
Hey. Alright, I'm going up. Alright, enjoy mid-year specials at Waterworld. They have specials on service kits, spark plugs, suspension parts.
Somewhere the CCT.
Hey, hit me up when you're ready. Hey, dog, hey, gets cold up in here, bro. Hey,
Put in the simplest terms, but don't be concerned. I'm just trying to hit. See how she wait from the turn, like fire she burning. Look like a lid.
Don't you have a producer, dog? Or what do you call this?
no, I produce my own show. But, yeah,
That's cool.
I do my own technical production.
For
That's
real.
on Saturdays, dog. When
You
you're
know.
back there at the crib.
Yeah.
Saturdays, you know. I'll come holla dip.
Straight up. That's what's up, dog.
No mommy ain't doing no wrong. Yeah, Sasa no basics. You know that she gone.
Hey man, Triller. The name of the track is Sasa Klaas. The time is 7:36. Yarona FM, look the music. I'm still chilling with Dlozinyana right now in studio at the Red Hot Studios out in Block 3, man. Yo, tell me something, dog. Like when you decide to make a track, yeah? I just want to get a little bit of your production side before we jump into now the real reason why we're here. You know what I mean? Okay. So when you pull up and make a track, when you open FL, when you open whichever system that you use, I know there are a couple, right?
Yeah.
What is in your head most of the time? Do you work through emotion? Do you work because you need to work? Do you work because StaxXx is literally just poking at you and yo dog, I need a beat? What's the process behind your music production?
Okay, when I work alone, personally, like the first thought that comes to my mind is my family.
Yeah.
Like of recent, because back then obviously I would be with so many people in the studio and I would have to do what they're feeling.
Sure.
But now when I work alone in the studio, I think about my family, like what would Olady want to hear? Like I don't just get in the studio and just make another banger or whatever now. Like I think about my family first.
That's crazy, man, because I've seen you work. I remember there was a time, I'm not sure what you were working on. Drew would never let you, Dlozinyana will never let you in studio when he's working. Or if you're in studio, he just would chill the whole time. What's up with that, dog? Like, you never, like, when we're recording, when StaxXx is recording, when Triller's recording, I know, everyone can be there, we can be 15 million in the room. But when it's Drew's turn, dog, he'll be working at the crack of dawn at like 3 a.m. in the morning, dog. What's that all about?
The thing is, for myself personally, like, I wouldn't want anybody to have an opinion on what I'm doing at the current moment, like, because it could sway me in different
I see what you mean.
into different directions, you know. So I just want to go with what I'm feeling and not what anybody can say. Yo, do this, do that.
I know, but I mean clean stuff, dog. Look, you decided to make the family bigger.
Yeah.
You decided to make Gully Bois a whole movement.
Straight.
And then you started pulling up. You know, you brought me in. You brought who else did you bring in your crew?
A whole lot of people. Triller, StaxXx, he's Gully if you don't know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Jay Pacino.
Oh,
Bernard, Ray Benz, you know, there's like over 10 people
Dude.
in the Gully crew, bro. Like it's a whole gang.
aye, man. So tell us about that journey. How's it been like, you know, being the head chief at everybody's music production? Remember, we're still talking about the production side of your life.
Yeah, it's quite exciting, bro. Like to see what an individual wants to make of their own thoughts and emotions and put it on a mic. So for me, it's an experience. It's an exciting experience. It makes me want to keep doing the music thing because I can see everybody's portrait painted on a picture on the computer. You get what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying, dog.
Yeah.
And I think one of the most beautiful parts of my career, and especially in terms of the entertainment industry, was the first time I heard. Remember, again, I still refer to you as, I haven't switched up, I still refer to you as Dre the Beat Champ.
Yeah.
And you, the first time I heard you was on Find Me, and there was a song. Stax, you still remember that song?
Bruh.
What's that song?
Show Me.
Show Me. Dog. And that was the first time I heard you on the record singing and rapping, dog.
At the same time.
I
yeah.
want to know, dog. I just want to know. I mean, if Stax can just join us in this conversation right now, you know, we're bending the rule tonight. You know what I'm saying?
The unruly way, sir. The unruly way, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So tell me about that, dog. Like, so when did you decide? Oh, you know what? Production is fun, and you get to watch Stax, you know, hours and hours recording and stuff. But now I actually want to do it.
Yeah.
How did that come about in your life to say, you know what? I actually now want to be a part of what the other guys are doing.
Straight up. Actually, when I was in like high school, the first thing that I used to do was rap. I went to some guy's studio and then he charged me a ridiculous price.
Wow.
I don't even remember. I just remember that day I decided, oh, you know what? Today I'm going to start learning how to produce for myself. And then that's when the production took over. But initially I was a rapper. That first day when I actually spit some bars, a guy was like, yo, 50 Cent. This nigga's like 50 Cent. I was like, what? For real? I'm going to keep doing this. But then the production took over from that moment. And then I started working on other artists and not myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then that song that you're talking about, Find Me with Stana and Triller. Yeah, those guys are very talented. I just felt like, you know what, I have to rap something, and then that's how Show Me came about.
It must have been a shock to everybody else in the studio. Like, hey, you know, what's going on?